What's up, Buttercup? Welcome back to my channel. Today's book review is Girl with a Pearl Earring. I really don't like this cover. I'm sorry, it's so shiny, and then also it's the cover for the motion picture, which I do want to see the movie to compare, but I found this at the little library, and so it also has a sticker at the top, so ignore this. There are better covers. Just letting you all know. I got it for free though, so I can't completely complain about the cover. It's what matters inside. I really enjoyed this book and I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads. I got it on a whim, and so I didn't for a long time want to try out this book because people were saying that it was boring, and of course that would kind of put me off because I don't want to read a boring book, right? But I think that this is a pretty solid book, 4 stars. Before I go into why it's 4 stars and not 5, and I can see why some people would think that it's boring, I have an idea as to why. I'm gonna read the summary of this book because it can get a little confusing. It is historical fiction. There are a lot of characters, but thankfully the blurb, at least on this book, is accurate to the story. And we love to see accuracy in blurbs. Sometimes you get a blurb that is nothing to do with the book, but this one is accurate. History and fiction merge seamlessly in Tracy Chevalier's luminous novel about artistic vision and sensual awakening. Through the eyes of 16-year-old Greet, the world of the 1660s Holland comes dazzlingly alive in this richly imagined portrait of the young woman who inspired one of Vermeer's most celebrated paintings. This book might be considered a novella because it's less than 300 pages, and I like that. I do. However, I wanted more emotion from at least the main character. I thought many of the characters were interesting, albeit a bit bland. And that's where I had a hard time connecting, not just with the characters, but with the story overall. And honestly, I need feeling. I need emotion as the story progresses, and it would have been enhanced by describing what the main character is feeling and what she's observing through her eyes of the other characters. So I think that might be why people were saying that it's boring, because yes, you can describe what's going on, which Tracy's a great writer, and have the story progress, but where's the emotion inside the progression? Yeah, you could have easily added at least 20 pages to this novella, whichever one it is, by just describing emotion through the main character of what she's feeling in that moment and rationalizing her actions based on emotions and also just what's going on. And then also her observing other characters' emotions and describing that. Not like it's going to be 100% accurate, because of course the main character is not those other characters, but people observe other people and then interact with them based on those observations. Whether they are right or wrong, that's just how human beings work. So I wanted more of that. I really did. I wanted to see more emotion, especially when, a particular character died, or, just overall big plot situations. It was lacking, unfortunately. So that's why I couldn't give the book 5 stars. But other than that, the story is fascinating. The writing is great, like I said. I know about Johannes. I've heard it both ways, so I'm sorry whichever one is right. I'm gonna go with Johann Vermeer. Okay, I know about Johann Vermeer's paintings and the basic history of the Girl with the Pearl Earring painting, as in no one knows who it is, but that's, I think, a big draw to the painting. It's stunning, gorgeous, but who is she? And that's where Tracy comes up with the idea that it's a maid. And over the course of about a decade, we come to learn about her relationship and Johann's relationship, and then ultimately her sitting for the portrait, and kind of, sort of not willingly, but I won't go deep into that. You should read the book to find out about that. And all of that is the reason why I picked up the book, also because it was free. So Johann's the typical broody artist, and also, of course, the patriarch of the big family. His wife just keeps popping out children, and it's really hard to keep up. But that's what it was in the 1600s, no matter where you were. So, not surprising. And then the whole broody, emotional artist trope, I mean, it's true. So I wasn't bothered by that. I think it was really interesting, even though I wanted more emotion, about his family and their background and how they operated around him. Very fascinating. It's also historically accurate. You know, they don't make decisions without him. He makes the final decisions, and that's just how it is. And they have to heavily rely on him because he is the breadwinner. And the wife can't really do much else except take care of the kids and pop out more kids. But it's a growing concern because he has to produce more and more paintings, but he's not a fast painter. The whole thing was like, you need to paint more. How do we paint more? How do you make a masterpiece? How do you come to terms with the fact that there are these portraits that you're painting for certain people that you don't like, but like, hello, food, we need food and clothing. So that's also an aspect that does wrap into the main character and what she does and how she helps him eventually. Yeah, juicy. I also really enjoyed and appreciated Tracy's use of descriptive language for the artwork of Vermeer and how he's going about painting and setting up and like the final product of each painting that we discuss in the novel. The scenery of the town, very pretty. The scenery of the river, the houses and other buildings surrounding the artist's home, the market, very important, and so on. It's such a great description of all those things and more that it feels alive and as if you are there. And that's why it was kind of surprising that there wasn't much emotional description, because Tracy did a fantastic job with describing everything else. However, I do recommend Girl with a Pearl Earring if you're interested in historical fiction. Thank you so much for watching my book review, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!